Good afternoon, this is Dominic Olivo again with another one of your videos. Needless to say, it has been one heck of a 2020. I'm going to put together a little preview, or as you can say, a year to review for 2020. And there is going to be some narration, so yes, you're going to hear me talk, but I'm putting this clip together to kind of go over, not that it really matters to most people, but just going over my highlights of 2020. So I hope you'll enjoy this segment. It shouldn't be that long of a segment, but Lord knows how long this video is going to be, but we'll see how much we have and how much I'm going to put together. So I can't speak for people because I don't know everybody's situation. I can only speak from personal experience. So, having that being said, how should I start this video? Well, I'm going to say this. At the beginning of 2020, of course, I like to spend quality time with people that mean close to me. So these are highlights of pictures that you see. As you see in this picture, I'm spending some time with my youngest nephew. I'm kind of sort of babysitting. I also had the opportunity to go over to my friend's. He lives in Bearsville, and I went to this cub market. I think they were closed, but I got to see the nice view. We went over to I went to Bearsville, which is in the outskirts of Woodstock. You see that nice creek right there? That beautiful creek with the water. Of course, you see I have the selfie. I'm holding a coffee cup that I just got from the cub market. So I got to embrace nature. And then following that, I also went to the YMCA because sometimes I like to go there to get in shape. You see me with the jump rope. I'm in the gymnasium because every once in a while I like to try to get in shape, stay fit. They always wonder why I stay so thin. Well, it's because I'm relatively active for a guy my age. I like to be out in nature. I like to ride my bike. So there's that. And funny story about this. So there was this thing trending on the website. On social media, they had us do a challenge. It's called the Standing Broom Challenge. Now, to be fair, the broom didn't actually stand. I tried to get a quick shot of it on my phone before it fell down. As you see on this photo, I'm actually at Dunkin' Donuts on Ulster Avenue. I live in Kingston. So I had their Valentine's latte. Following that, I had an opportunity to be with my friends. We went snow tubing. It was the first time in over 7 years since I went snow tubing. And I went with my close friends. We had an opportunity to borrow a rental to go all the way to Clymer, New York, which is out far west. Past Buffalo, it's in the western section of New York. It was a 6-hour drive. We were stuck on the road, but thankfully we got out. It was very icy there. Like legit, Clymer had a lot of snow up there. Buffalo, it's relatively known for its colder weather, and they do get a lot of snow. So we took the risk. We went up to Buffalo. Past Buffalo, we went to Clymer, and funny story, my friend was in the rental, and she was driving, and we were on our way down. We got stranded. We finally did make our way down, but it was slippery. We were trying to watch out for other cars. But yeah, I digress, and in this video, this is a little video segment. This was actually one of the videos that I posted on YouTube. This was taken on leap year. As you see, I'm getting ready. We're about to go down the tubes. Again, this was Clymer, New York. I'm going to show you my favorite part about this. So this right here, this is actually my favorite part of the clip. To your right is my friend Isaac. I got to know him for a good year. Very nice guy, very friendly. I think this was the best part. See that guy almost trying to... I think my friends were ahead of me. Yep, see that? So to reiterate what I said before about my friends in the car and the rental, when we were driving up the mountain, we were stuck because there was a lot of ice. And on our way down, we had to watch out because it got very slippery. We did take the chance, but we finally managed to get down. We got to and from safely. Excuse my pronunciation. As this video goes on, you're going to see more of the segments. You see my friends right there. My best friend to your left. I've known these people for quite some time, especially my best friend of over 13 years. My other two friends who are twins, I've got to know them for over 5 years. And next year, actually beginning of next year, will be going on 2 years since I've got to know my friend Isaac. But these are very good group of people. You see me doing a solo here. I think that was my glove that I just lost. I don't know what that was that flew out, but... So that's that little solo segment that you see me going down the tubes. But that's pretty much all that we did. That was the major trip that we took during the winter time. And unfortunately, one of my other friends, he never got a chance to go tubing. As you see, there was 4 of us in that picture. There's usually 5 or more of us, but one of my friends couldn't make it as he had to go to work that day. Following that, I had a chance to go down to Poughkeepsie. I think I had an appointment that day, so I decided to go out and go to the waterfront. You see me standing right there with my bike, taking a selfie. So all in all, the year didn't turn out that bad. It was actually a pretty good start to 2020. And then, of course, the inevitable happened. Yep, you guessed it. As of January of this year, we've got note that the US was hit with the coronavirus, and New York State didn't announce the state of emergency until around March 16th. You see I'm at a grocery store looking at the empty shelves. The following is a video segment of me going grocery shopping, and I'll go a little in depth as to what really took place during my time grocery shopping. Yep. It just got real. And I'm doing my own food shopping here. This is all my stuff here. I'm doing my own grocery shopping. And there's barely anything here at the store. I'm irritated, but I also feel for the workers. I'm actually one of them myself. Just hang in there, guys. We'll get through all of this. I am a bit down today, but I'm just gonna get whatever is left here. Just walk around a few times. Yeah, it's crazy. Living in crazy times. Again, that's all my stuff. Yep, look at that. Folks are taking it way too far. Talk to you guys soon. So as you've gathered by now, I'm also one of those essential workers working at the front lines, and some days can be very stressful. It can also be very exhausting some days. Working with people, especially during these unprecedented times, some days feel up, some days feel down. I know you see me slouching on the couch, but that illustrates how I've been feeling for these past few months. Nonetheless, I do my best to try to keep upright and stay in touch with my close friends. You see us on our IM chat. I got my nice dish made for myself. This was actually a few days after Easter. I got me a nice bottle of wine to kind of cheer myself up. We were actually doing a game night via the group chat, and I had a lot of fun staying in touch with my friends. Because of all these restrictions that the U.S. has held in place, we couldn't travel to see our loved ones, let alone our close friends, and be able to go places. So things were very limited. A few days later, I had some time to go outside and go on the rail trails. I got to reacquaint with my 7th grade teacher. There's a video segment. This was actually a segment I recorded on my YouTube, that I put on my YouTube. This was at the O&W Rail Trail. It was up west by 209. Those of us that live in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley. This was the O&W Rail Trail. I actually did a video bike vlog a few weeks later actually, and this is actually one of my pictures. And since most of us were on lockdown in the US, I've been trying to find effective ways to stay in shape and to be active during these times. One of the pastimes that I actually like to do for fun is to be outside with nature, as I said before, and to do these bike rides. I've actually done bike vlogs on my YouTube. I posted them. Because things were very constricted, we can't go anywhere, we couldn't see our families, we couldn't travel nowhere. The coronavirus pandemic has taken a toll on all of us as a whole, especially in the United States. As the video goes on, you're going to see my COVID hair, quote unquote. Yes, the picture that you see right there, that's a hideous picture of me. I did not like the way I look. I'm actually very ashamed of it. Yes, I'm pretty ashamed of my look. That's my COVID hair, quote unquote, because businesses were closed down. Shops, certain industries, barber shops were closed down, so we were all in quarantine, which means we couldn't see each other. There were all these restrictions. Nonetheless, you see on these pictures that I got some downtime to be out in nature, doing more of these outdoor vlogs. I'm on the O&W Trail. And of course, when I'm not outside doing anything, or if I'm off work that day, I'm usually home chilling on my laptop or on my computer. As you see, that's my breakfast with my juice sitting at the laptop. But that's pretty much what I do for pastimes. I don't have a whole lot of friends, but I like to stay in touch with a few close friends. And I don't have a whole lot of hobbies, but I try to stick to a few things that I like to do for pastime. As you can see, my ugly look. Thankfully, in the next couple of weeks, businesses were opening in phases, and we started to see parts of New York State reopening, such as barbershops. There you see, that's my transformation. I got a haircut. This gentleman gave me a nice haircut. He's actually a good friend of mine. Following that, a few weeks after, I got to spend some quality time with my close family. As you can see, I'm sneaking in some candid shots. Those that know me for an extended period of time, if you're not paying attention, I'm going to get a shot of you. There's me and my little nephew. This was during our 4th of July. It was actually an early 4th of July. I also started to get reacquainted with my mother's side of the family. We haven't talked in years, but we started to reacquaint. There's our I Am group chat. Those are all of my family members from my mother's side. There's my sister on the top. There's me to your 4th picture. Following that, a few days afterwards, this was actually the same week of the 4th of July, I actually had a chance to get together with my friends. We were actually going out for my youngest friend's driving lessons. We stopped by a few places in my hometown. We actually were going out to go out for driving lessons. Those are our selfies. We are wearing our customized face masks, being responsible adults that we are. This was at my friend's job at ShopRite. This was 3 of us at Overlook Mountain. We were lighting the sparklers. It was 2 days before the 4th of July. So we decided to go out for an early hike. This was a few weeks after. It was me, my best friend, my other friend Isaac. We were at Overlook Mountain. These were all snapshots of us at Overlook Mountain. This was at the tower, or actually the old hotel. I hadn't been to Overlook Mountain in over 5 years. In almost 5 years. This was actually the first time that I went in almost 5 years. Look at that nice view. I could actually see the Catskills from here. Maybe not Catskills, but more like my hometown. This picture was actually a few days. It was actually a day after I went with my friends, and I went down to take a day trip to the city because my birth mother passed away years ago on March 27th, and I made it a tradition for myself. I made it sort of like a ritual to go down there every year on March 27th to honor her life at the gravestone at the South Bronx where my own birthplace was. But due to the pandemic and all the restrictions, everything was put on hold. So I waited a couple of months later, after the 4th of July, and I went down to honor her gravesite, honor her life. It might seem funny or unusual for most people, but for me, this was like a tradition for me. I wanted to honor her life, so I made it a tradition for myself to go down and honor her every year on March 27th. She passed away 25 years ago. That's me in the Trailways bus. Me riding the subways, going on my way to the gravesite. This was me riding the R train. Was coming from Lexington Avenue, transferring trains. I had to transfer trains to catch the 6 to the Bronx. This was where my mother was buried, in the South Bronx. There you see the little heart symbol. Beautiful picture of me commemorating my mother. And here's a little video segment. This was after coming from my mother's cemetery. As you see, I'm on the subway line going back down to Manhattan. I actually had to transfer buses because I had to take trains and then transfer to a bus. You see me walking, I'm about to enter the platform. During that time, I was actually scheduled to meet one of my relatives. I wanted to meet with her. I had planned on going to the beach, to Far Rockaway Beach, of course. That was the intended plan, so I had plans that day, and little did I know that there was going to be some construction and some delay, not to mention changes in train lines, all this maintenance track work that they had to do. New York City is highly known for their maintenance, especially when you're riding in their MTA systems, their trains, their buses. And it took me over 30 years to understand why New Yorkers get so angry. Especially when it comes to public transportation, I can understand why New Yorkers get very frustrated because there's always seems to be delays, all this traffic and all this construction, and being late to work. So I'm going to pause for a moment and let you guys finish the rest of this video segment, and we'll continue. My train was 16 minutes late. I am going to try to attempt to meet with my sister if there is enough time. Transit with all the delays. Got a crowded train, but everyone's wearing masks. Part number of it. It's all good. I'll make the best of it. Hey, this is Dominic again with another one of your video vlogs, and here I am. Yes, I am located at Grand Central Station. I am wearing my mask, practicing my safe social distancing skills. I just want to point something out to you guys, and I had a tourist actually come to me and point this out to me. So, you notice that we're in Grand Central. There's all these tiles, there's all this echo, right? People talking in the background. So I had a lady come and approach me, and I find this very intriguing. So apparently, if you stand in the corner, this corner, and you actually talk, you can hear the person on the other side. When the person on the other side of the wall, they can actually hear you from right over here. So if you talk like this, hello, 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 apparently, the person standing over there can hear me. I don't know why, but I thought that was very intriguing, and I just wanted to point that out to you. I'm going to spend the majority of the day in Staten Island. I'm going to go over to the beach, go over to the boardwalk, and enjoy some nice fresh air. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, and more importantly, stay social distance. Alrighty, I'll talk to you soon. So as you probably have collected, the vast majority of my 2020 has consisted of back and forth day trips to the city and going to the beach. What a cool way to enjoy a nice day at the park at the Staten Island Boardwalk on a nice sunny summer day with a bagel, cream cheese, and lox on a toasted garlic bagel, as you see on my lap. The day was actually perfect. There was no rain, no thunderstorms. It was a nice, beautiful day. Get a nice view of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge at the Staten Island Boardwalk. This is my third time in 3 years since I went to the Staten Island Boardwalk. I've not only went to the Staten Island Boardwalk, I've also been to the Coney Island Boardwalk. So I'm very big on boardwalks and beaches, especially having my solitude time. I like to be by myself, but I also like to spend time with people as well. It's all a matter of balance. I guess you would say I would consider myself more of an ambivert, somewhat of an introvert, but an extrovert, but kind of in the middle. I like to be around my friends, but I also like some alone time. It's all a matter of moderation. As this video goes on, you see that my friends and I are at Poets Walk. This is my first time at Poets Walk. There's actually a video segment on my travel vlog on my YouTube. If you scroll down my YouTube videos, there you see that nice view of the Rhinecliff Bridge. A few days later, followed by some few shots and pictures and videos of us on our road trip, going to the Lake George beach. This was also on my YouTube page. If you go on my travel page, my travel vlogs, here you see me and my friends taking some selfies at this site at Lake George. It was a state park. And as always, we're being responsible and wearing our face mask, our customized face mask, because of course you know the pandemic still persists, the coronavirus pandemic. And days after, I captured some shots on my new Canon SX620 camera, my digital camera. It's a red digital camera. It has very good zoom. I paid almost $300 for that camera. There you see me, of course. I was actually very bored that day. I was off work and I decided to go out for a bike ride. I went to the outskirts of Eddyville, New York. There you see that beautiful creek going towards Springtown Road. I'm near County Route 7 going towards the Walk Hill Rail Trail. You're going to see some shots of that. There's some close-up shots. That's the Walk Hill Rail Trail. I don't know if you can see that, but that's behind the trees. And as these pictures go on, of course, you see me on the walkway. Very nice shots. Has very good zoom. You can actually zoom as far as the bridge. That's Route 213. This was located at the Big Cheese Sandwich Shop in Rosendale, New York. They have very good sandwiches. I got the smoked trout sandwich. Very pricey, but totally worth it. So, funny story, one day after Labor Day, my friends and I decided to spontaneously plan a trip to the States Park at the Poconos in Pennsylvania. This had been the first out-of-the-States trip since we've taken during the pandemic. We got some shots at the falls. We went to Hawks Falls. There's me and my friends. This, of course, was at the Walk Hill Valley Rail Trail in Gardner. I've reached the end of the trail. There you see that beautiful fields. I took that out of my new Canon SX digital camera. This was days after I went with my friends. We didn't get enough time to go to the States Park. There you see, that's the beautiful lighthouse, the Mohawk Mountain Lighthouse. Got a nice zoom of that. Of course, this was in New Paltz, my old college town. And then this was a few days after. Me and my friends are going right back to the States Park. We stopped in to grab a lunch break before we went on the road. We went to B&B Bagels. There you see my friends and I at the beautiful Pocono State Park. Got some nice views. This, of course, was on my YouTube page as well. Followed by some time at the Camelback Resort. My friends have been to the resort before. This was actually my first time, and at this resort they had a wide variety of different things to do. You see that building right there? That's the Camelback Resort. They got various activities. They got the indoor obstacle course, they got a whirlpool, indoor pool, they got indoor snow tubing. So many things to do, but they were occupying at a 50% occupancy during COVID-19. And the finale. Yep, that's right. Our final trip that we took during the summer at the Niagara Falls State Park and Aquarium. It was my first time in over 7 years since I went to Niagara Falls. We got some time to spend there. We went to the aquarium. Most of the attractions were free. They didn't cost much. There you see all the animals. We see the sea lions, all the sea creatures. We went inside the aquarium. We try to get as much shots as we can. Of course, this was also on my YouTube page. So as you've gathered so far in the video, these are pretty much a recap of all the pictures and videos that I've taken. Some of these may be familiar to you, but there are other pictures and videos that you haven't seen. There, of course, you see later on, there's a picture of me standing right by the falls. Got a nice view and shots of that on my camera, of course. Dressed for the occasion. It's actually a funny story because me and my friends, we were actually teasing on going across the Canadian border, but they were closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh my God, yes, I kid you not. I'm not lying. Yes, there is a food truck called Mother Cluckers. It is a food truck in Niagara Falls. They actually do have some pretty good food. But me and my friends decided to go check that out. It's a chicken place, a chicken food place, a food truck. They have different rice dishes and of course their chicken specials. And there you see is the beautiful view of the Hudson Valley Rail Trail. On the walkway, of course, you see that zoom in close to the Marist College in Poughkeepsie. Got a nice zoom on my camera. I have a little video to show you guys. I hope you'll enjoy this segment. There you see I got that customized t-shirt from You Know That Store. Yes, you're looking at it. That saying is true about my job. And of course, there's a line full of people waiting at the voting booth. During early voting registration, I decided to be a difference maker and to participate, even though I'm not fully big into politics. At the end of the day, all I want is what's best for my country. Then, following that, of course, you see my customized look, my face mask, my outfit, on what is my special day. It was my birthday and I decided to go out and be with my friends. We were going to go to the haunted trail maze, but plans changed and we decided to go to a drive-in theater in Poughkeepsie. We went to the Gateway Diner, and not for nothing, but I didn't like their sandwich. I thought their chicken was too rubbery. But nonetheless, it was the thought that counts, and I still had a good time regardless. As you see, things were quite different for this year. Yes, I'm giving away my age. I'm not ashamed of it. Here's a few more birthday photos. So this particular picture was taken off of River Road. It's by Port Ewan. I'm actually a couple of minutes away from that area. I'm not too far, but I decided to go for a nice ride and get a nice view of the river. Got a nice view of the Hudson River. Getting close shots of my zoom on my digital camera. There, of course, you see some selfies of me standing by the river. I decided that since this was a new year, this was kind of a way for me to rebrand myself, and I decided to play with some colors, as you can see right here on my hair. Dressing up, doing somewhat of modeling, sort of rebranding myself. Decided to play with colors. I went and got some hairspray. As you can see and gather, I'm changing things up because it's a brand new year. Not to mention giving myself a new mohawk hairstyle. I admire that. I took a page out of my barber's book and decided to give a look for myself. This was at my friend's first Thanksgiving. I got to spend time with my friends. I thought it was really nice. And then to end this video segment, or the year, dressing with Christmas colors. And that's pretty much my highlight for 2020. So as you've gathered, it's been a rough year. You know, I've had my gains and losses, but at the same time, I'm also grateful for the amount of time that I did get to spend with my close family and my friends. And we did get to do things in the process. We actually managed to get out and do things. So I am thankful for that, and I will definitely take the good parts of 2020 and use this as a lesson, because while 2020 was a hard year for most of us, in that it taught us a valuable lesson. But I hope for better things to come. This year taught me that it's not the time to get everything that I want, but it's the time to appreciate all that I have and the people that have stood by me all through these years. And I hope to make more memories like this for the next year and the years to come. I'll end this video segment with my duck mask. Yes, just adding a bit of humor and humanity. And as always, I hope you enjoy this. Special thanks to my close family and friends, and even to my acquaintances for making this year very memorable. And I hope for better things to come in 2021. And that's it. Cheers, have a happy new year, stay positive and stay optimistic.